Whoa! Whoa! That's a big fish.
I'm making this video for those people who's thinking about buying Sea-Doo or Sea-Doo FishPro to be specific. When I was buying it, I just couldn't find real life review. You know, what you see on my video is basically 10 minutes of 5-hour fishing trip. So it doesn't really justify, it doesn't explain the not so fun part about FishPro. So I'm making this video for those people who's trying to buy Sea-Doo or looking to buy Sea-Doo, and maybe this video will help you decide on your decision. Okay, I'm out of bait. I'm out of shrimp, and the last one is white trout. So I've been enjoying my Sea-Doo for about 6 months now. I mean, I did have some trouble. I did have my share of trouble, but it was very good experience to me. Before I list all these bad things about Sea-Doo, let me go over what's so great about FishPro. I remember when I was 30-year-old riding a jet ski. I mean, I had a really good time. My wife enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. So my wife was kind of agreed that, you know, go ahead and buy a Sea-Doo. So I can enjoy it and she can enjoy it too. So what's so great about FishPro? First, this size, okay? I mean, I'm towing with my Honda truck. I don't need a heavy duty truck for Sea-Doo. So if you have any kind of SUV, even mid-size sedan, I'm pretty sure you can tow FishPro. So I mean, it makes it really easy. You don't have to buy a boat and another big truck if you're not into truck. So there was really one kind of catch thing for me. I didn't want to buy another car just to tow FishPro, or I don't want to drive big truck every single day. So it worked out great for me on that sense, where, you know, I could just tow with my mid-size truck. When you're loading and unloading is so easy. If there's a space next to the boat ramp where it's a sandy or any kind of flat area, I kind of unload it and just go over the ramp and just park in the sand. And I just drop my truck off, and I just get back to my FishPro. It makes it really easy that you don't need two people. I mean, one people can do pretty quick in reasonable time. Also, because Sea-Doo itself is not so heavy, when you're towing, you don't really feel heavy hull behind you. That was one of the greatest thing about FishPro compared to a boat. I'm in Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm trying to fish some sheepshead and flounder. Another great thing about FishPro is if you are just driving around Sea-Doo in a bay, trying to go somewhere in a bay, it's really fun because wave is not that big, and yeah, there may be a little bump here and there, but I mean, you can speed, you can go pretty fast, and it's fun. I mean, getting to the fishing point is fun. If I add one more thing about FishPro, the good thing about FishPro is it's like a whole package. It comes with the ice chest. I go out fishing on a 90 some degrees in the sun, and I put maybe 10-pound ice, and 5-6 hours later when I come back to the car and I open it and half of the ice still in there. That's very good considering you keep open and close the lid Good thing about FishPro, not a jet ski as a general, but good thing about FishPro is it comes in a whole package. It has the cooler, it has the rod holder, and it has the fish finder and the map. So fish finder and the map, I mean, you have to have it. FishPro is like a fishing machine. I mean, it's designed, it's a jet ski designed to fish. It has pretty good size and it is very stable. And I see a lot of places where small boats are having a hard time go because the wave is pretty big. Well, I kind of, if you enjoy running over a wave, you're gonna love going in the ocean, open water with Sea-Doo when it's at 2-3 feet. When you're buying FishPro, you only hear these good things. You don't hear bad thing about jet ski.
You know how hard it is
Okay.
to catch grouper?
First,
Yeah.
it's a small. I mean, I want to carry all my tackle, couple extra fishing pole, net, gaff. You just don't have all this extra place to put cast net, all that. So it depends on where I'm going. I try to bring as little as possible. Sometimes you'll feel like, man, if I just had an anchor, I could have fished so much easier, better. But that's how it is. You just don't have enough space. That's the one big downfall of Sea-Doo.
I need the net.
Oh.
I need the net.
Nope. That
And
was
two,
okay.
when you're younger, you riding Sea-Doo is so much fun. That's how I felt. Like I said, my wife wanted me to buy Sea-Doo so she can have fun. She would love to ride some Sea-Doo. But the truth was, she has some back problem and she just cannot handle that rough ride. It's constant pounding up and down on your back. I mean, yeah, unless you try to go 5 miles an hour trolling, that will be good. It's gonna take 3 hours just to go 10 miles. So that's the issue. If you have a back problem, and or if you're physically kind of can handle this pounding, don't buy Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo is not a boat. It's not something you can just relax, cruise, sit and ride, and it's more like a sport. You have to grab onto the handle for hour and just jumping up and down like this. I mean, it's gonna hurt your back. First time I ride Sea-Doo on a choppy ocean, it took me about an hour to go to the point, and about an hour to come back. And after that ride, I had to lay in the bed for 2 days because it's just physically that it was very demanding. I had ache everywhere. So rough ride, that's one thing that you might want to consider when you're buying Sea-Doo. Third, if you see all these people fishing with kayak, like kayak fishing, on a backwater, on a river, really shallow places over sandy area, you know, over sound. You see all these people catching flounder in the sound. Well, sorry, but you better buy a kayak if you're gonna do that. Your sea-doo, you're gonna ruin your sea-doo if you try to go shallow water. You shouldn't go. Sea-doo is not designed to go in a shallow water because it's gonna suck in all the stuff from the bottom. And when there's a oyster shell, whatever in the bottom, sand, small rock, it's just gonna suck everything, and it's just gonna tear up that seal, and it's gonna be costly when you try to fix it. When I'm driving around the beach and stuff, and sometimes I go 2 feet and stuff, 2 feet and 1 feet, and I park on the beach too. But as soon as I get to like two feet, I turn the power off and I just let the momentum carry me to this beach. If you're into fishing shallow water, then FishPro is not gonna work. It's just, get a bay boat. Even bay boat can go 2 feet of water. But FishPro, if you're carrying a lot of stuff and if you have another buddy sitting in the back, even 3 feet, it's not safe. Even 3 feet is too shallow.
Yummy.
No.
Sashimi.
Ew.
Another bad thing about FishPro is, sometimes you need your own time, peaceful time. You wanna just cast your line, just you and the ocean. But sometimes it's fun to bring fishing buddy. But if it's one person fishing from FishPro, it's really comfortable and it's pretty roomy. You have all the room to move around, and unlike a center console boat, you don't have to walk around. You just have to turn like this. You can fish over here and you can fish over there. It's kind of easy. The fact that it's hard to carry your friend to fish with you is another downfall. You can, like I said, you can carry another person. Just you're gonna be so limited on it. The space is gonna be a little tight, and there's little restriction trying to cast. You see me fishing with my son and my daughter a lot. They're less than 100 pounds. So, when I'm fishing with them, they don't really bother me. It doesn't really tilt any balance anyway. They can stand up, do whatever thing, and it just won't lose balance. But if you're carrying big buddy, you're not gonna like it.
So, let's see. Give me a red. And green. Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I'm fishing, I always kind of wear wetsuit. In the summer, I wear really thin wetsuit, and in the winter, in a colder water, I wear a thick wetsuit. Well, because you are going to get wet. You're gonna get soaking wet. It's not gonna be a little bit of water splash here and there. I go offshore a lot, so if I go offshore and you go a little faster, the FishPro is gonna just dive into the water, splash water everywhere, and you're gonna get wet. Your gear is gonna get wet. Everything that's not covered is gonna get wet. So that brings the next problem. If you wanna stay dry by a boat, I know water still splash when you're going fast in a boat, but not like Sea-Doo. On a Sea-Doo, you get a lot of times, unless it's really calm like a lake, a lot of time you get wet. You get soaking wet, and when you're loading and unloading, you also have to go. You kind of have to go in the water to get on it. So it's part of riding Sea-Doo. You're just gonna get wet. If that's not your thing, if you really just don't want to get wet, well, don't buy Sea-Doo. The last, okay, it's great that FishPro comes with everything, but it's kind of bad that it comes with everything. It comes with the fish finder, two-dimensional fish finder, but if you want side scan or if you want 3D, like a cool fish finder, well, good luck. I mean, I see other people upgrading it, but I just don't feel comfortable putting stuff outside the jet ski when it's going so fast. You can do those kind of modification, but I kind of fish rough. I mean, for me, this is fishing boat. It has a scratches, it has a dent. I mean, it's a fishing boat. What do you expect? I mean, so I'm not the person kind of really take good care of my boat, so I don't want to put any kind of scanner, the fish finder scanner outside. The safest thing is just keep the fish finder that comes with the FishPro, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer side scan, 3D, a little more graphic color. I don't know, but it is what it is. Another thing is, like, some people don't like the cooler, and yeah, you can change the cooler, but anytime you make a modification, it's not as good as what it comes with. One thing I really wish I had on a FishPro is the trolling motor. I mean, that will cure all my problem of what kind of anchor trying to tie to the old rig and all that if I had a trolling motor with the GPS lock. But I see some people put it in their front or bag, but I don't know. I mean, I go out offshore, and sometimes the FishPro jumps like 2-3 feet above the water and just smash back. It keep pounding like that, and I don't know. It's really good if it's good idea to put those kind of things on a FishPro. And I'm pretty sure something's gonna break the way I drive. Something's gonna break and it's gonna fall. Not to mention you have to add more weight, and you have to put. It depends on what kind of trolling motor you use. You know, I seen some people use the cooler as the place for the battery. Maybe one day FishPro will make a model with the trolling motor, but until then, it's all up to you. And you know, it just don't look very good idea to put that big stuff on top of FishPro, especially if you're going offshore like me. If you're going in a lake, I'm pretty sure you can get somebody to put it in and you'll be fine. But if you're fishing offshore, it's a different story.
Get the net.
So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe and like. I know I said I'm gonna make a video of what I carry on my FishPro as far as the gear. Next time I will make a video about what must have on Sea-Doo when you're going fishing. Until then, tight lines, and thanks for watching the video.
Catch something big.
Bye-bye.
Wow, I think it's a sign.
Huh?
I think it's